G'day guys, today we are brewing the Caped Machinist. Awesome stuff. Now this is going to be almost identical base malt, or the base malt extract, including the mini mash, is going to be pretty much identical to the Machinist that I did in honor of JMCM LXX. Although instead of the 2-row slash basic malted grain I got from the last place that I purchased the grains from, I decided just to go with pale. So we've got pale kilo, we've got Pilsner kilo, that's going to be in a mini mash. The malt base is going to be the same, so we've got Black Rock Amber 1.7, and we've got the Real Ale, Cooper's Real Ale tin, which goes in right at the end. Not even in the boil, just goes in the fermenter, because that's got pre-hopped IBU goodness in there. You don't want to stuff around with that and boil it. It's all sanitized within that tin, doesn't need to be touched. And the hop is, we've got Magnum, we've got Citra, Mosaic, Cascade, bunch of Cascade actually, Galaxy, and Citra and Cascade on a 5-day dry hop schedule. So let's get cracking on the mini mash. Alright guys, so the strike water is pretty much 75 degrees. Okay, so we'll start putting the grain in. Start with whichever one you want to. There we go. Okay, so here's the other one. Alright, so just give that a bit of a gentle stir. And you need to keep this at between 65 and around about 68 degrees Celsius for about 1 hour. Alright, so after I've mixed this around, I'm going to cover it up with a towel. Make sure all the flames are off, you don't want to burn the house down. And yep, see you soon. Alright, so we've wrapped it up guys, and we're going to be letting this sit for 60 minutes. Alright guys, so I have sparged the grains after the 60-minute mashing procedure, and now I'm putting in the Black Rock Amber straight liquid extract. We're going to mix all this in, and I'll see you at the boil. Alright guys, we have a boil, 40 minutes, 10 grams of Magnum. Can't have a CZ made IPA without Philip Magnum. Got to pay respects to that bloke, and my first ever IPA. Alright, 30-minute mark, 15 grams of Citra. Here we go. Alright, 15 minutes, 15 grams of Mosaic. Alright, 10 minutes, 15 grams of Cascade. 5-minute mark, 15 grams of Cascade. Right guys, flame out. $20 grams of Galaxy. Stir that for a bit, and then we'll give it a nice ice bath. Alright guys, well I've cooled down the wort to about 20 something degrees. Put it into the fermenter. I'm using my fermenter adjunct filter thing that I made ages ago, just because it's a heavily hopped IPA. I want to leave the hops in primary, but I don't want them to go through into the bottle and the keg, so that's why the little hop sock attached to that will look after that for me. And nothing fancy for the yeast guys, because this yeast is amazing. I think pretty sure I did the Cape CorronZenith with it. My first IPA, and there was no issue with it whatsoever. No need for me to do 2 packets either, so we'll pop that in. A little bit in the middle, and the rest on the side there. I mean, look, 2 packets, better than 1, you know, it's all cool. But anyway, there we go. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so the original gravity for this one is a 1.060. So, pretty much bang on, should be pretty sweet. When I say sweet, I mean like awesome. It shouldn't be tasting too sweet. Should be a great IPA. So I'll see you guys when it's time for the dry hopping. A load of this, guys, definitely lived up to its half of its name with regards to its sister brew, the Caped CorronZenith. CZ forgot one very important thing, and I didn't weigh down the hop sock little in-fermenter thing that I've got there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but obviously the fermentation has pushed it up. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with a sanitized implement. Anyway, it's fermenting like crazy. This is day 2, so it smells absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Alright guys, we'll see you soon. Alright guys, so it's day 5, and we're going to dry hop the Caped Machinist with 10 grams of Amarillo and 10 grams of Galaxy. In they go. Alright, hopefully they're all in. G'day guys, sorry about the lighting. I realised I made a massive, well, it wasn't that much of a massive mistake. I have 2 beers going at the moment. This one here is the Machinist. This one here is the Caped Machinist, obviously. I dry hopped in the video just before with the dry hop schedule that should have been for this beer over here. So this was only supposed to have Cascade and Citra at day 5, but instead I put Galaxy and Amarillo in. So what I'm going to do now, I've actually changed the recipe slightly. I'm going to put 10 grams of Citra in. Alright, instead of, well, it's got basically now day 5 schedule is going to be, it's going to be Galaxy 10 grams, Citra 10 grams, and Amarillo 10 grams. So it's going to just be a lot more hoppier than I had originally anticipated, but that's all good. So yeah, kind of doing the recipe on the fly. Alright, got it. Time for a beer. Whoa. Head's a little bit too big on that. Alright, we'll let that die down a little bit. The Caped Machinist IPA. Wow, good stuff. I've been a good boy. I'm sure you'll all be extremely proud of me. I haven't been drinking too much of it. Been trying to let it clear. Unfortunately, this beer is taking a considerable amount of time to clear, but sometimes you get that when you have lots of hop, particulates in the beer. Even though a fair bit of them filtered out, it still wasn't exactly how I wanted it to turn out. But you know what? Clear beer doesn't necessarily make a beer taste better. And if you want a hoppy beer, you know, I'm not going to be overly obsessed about wanting to make sure it's clear. Anyway, I'm going straight for the smell. Right away, you get the Citra and the Galaxy It's a real beautiful combination. It just smells like summer to me. Very similar to when I did the Caped CorronZenith. Similar hop schedule. It just smells like fruit. It smells like a hint of passion fruit. You got some really. I don't know if you guys have pears, but if you can imagine a really ripe pear, squishing it in your hands and having a smell, like you get that really pungent sort of smack in your face, gorgeous, ripe fruit smell. You kind of get that in this. I'm going in for a taste. Cheers. Oh, yeah. This tasted really good young, but I tell you what, I mean, it's still young, but you know what I mean? It just, if you know you're going to be drinking an IPA that you've kegged, and you know you're going to be drinking it in a month, I mean, it pays to give it a few extra weeks just to clear out, and just I think the flavors become a little bit more refined. The reason why I say that is because when you pour an IPA from a keg and there's a few hop particulates in there, that actually does change your palate, because you've got this grittiness, hop kind of particulate sticking to your tongue. That does actually change the overall taste of the beer. Once it clears out a little bit more, then you can appreciate the other flavors a little bit more. But one thing about this is it's the carbonation is good, but probably cannot see that. But I actually would like that to be a little bit more high, so I might actually throw a few extra pound on it today. Oh, this beer packs a wallop with hops. Beautiful malt backbone. The Machinist was a gorgeous recipe base to base this on. That's for sure. And what you get is you've got around about 60 IBU, so perfect sort of IBU count for an IPA, in my honest opinion. This is edging up towards an Imperial, only because it's about 6.3, 6.4%, but obviously, probably need to be higher than that. It's a perfect ABV for me. I mean, it's still pretty high, because if you're going to be throwing back a few of these 514 mils or whatever they are glasses, I mean, that's yeah. See you later. I love the hop presence. There was about 120 grams of hops in this. If the carbonation was a little bit higher, damn, this would be perfect. Oh man, so good, guys. It's so good. You know, after a hard day's work doing the mowing or whatever, this is just one of the best beers you can have. It's already hitting me a bit. Yeah, it's a great beer, guys. Please check it out. I'm absolutely stoked that I got to combined two of my favourite beers, being my first ever IPA, the Caped CorronZenith, mixing that with a beer that I brewed in honour of J MCM LXX. So this Caped Machinist has 2 thumbs up. It's fantastic. It's a great beer, great IPA. I will probably definitely brew it up again. I may even do a similar one with less hops, or maybe I'll do the same base and actually just do a smash, like maybe an Amarillo, Amarillo ale or something like that, with using the base of the Machinist or something. But it's fantastic. Also, the residual sweetness is gorgeous as well. My efficiency was pretty high with the mashing process, but as we all know, the amber malt that's in there isn't 100%. Malt isn't 100% fermentable anyway, but amber malts does leave a little bit of residual sweetness, so that was really added to the mouthfeel, and the flavour of the malt comes through as well as the hops. So it's a marriage made in hop heaven. It really is. The malt and the hops come together beautifully. Yeah, 17, guys. Take care of yourselves. Yeah.
don't even know what I'm going to say. Anyway, yeah, 17, take care of yourselves, and yeah, drink good beer and be good to one another. All right, take it easy, guys. Bye. Time for a cold one, guys. Well, that was a blooming joke, wasn't it?